everyone. Welcome back to the Plexi Film Show. This is WXUT 88.3. And today we're going to be talking about Barbie, which is a 2023 film that came out in the summer. I want to give you a little synopsis before we introduce my guest. So, the description of the movie is Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in their colorful world and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to the real world, they soon discover joys and perils of living among humans. So yeah, my guest is
Ellë.
And today, like I said, we're going to be talking about Barbie. And our first topic is what our favorite character is, favorite scene, and our review on it. So, would you like to start?
How about you start?
You want me to start? All right,
yeah.
Perfect. So, I give the movie an 8 out of 10, personally, because the history of the Barbies was magnificent, honestly. You got to see, all the past. The narrator did great. And even at the end credits, it still showed the history of Barbie as itself.
Yes.
And it's overall very funny of a story, and it's just a clever new concept, I guess. And it brings up topics that need to be talked about, honestly.
I absolutely agree. I never really thought about a numerical value to put to it, but I'd say I give it an 8.5, 9.
8.5?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the reason why, it's not completely perfect to me is I wish it went into more feminist teachings. I know why it didn't, so I'm not, docking off too much for that. This is just, me personally. I know why they didn't do that. It's good that they didn't do that, honestly. Because there was already so much backlash.
Already
from the
It was
movie.
a very, very hard backlash for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Think about in our you and me being alive. Think about a big pop culture moment that was fun like that.
I think it'd be very interesting.
No, there have been very few instances in pop culture where everybody was out and together and rocking a theme or just doing something together. It was great.
It was great.
It was so fun.
And everyone was just having a fun time, honestly.
Yeah. I actually watched the Barbie movie at a local theater in Dayton, Ohio called The Neon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so very small, intimate space, and it was a great filming experience. Watching experience.
I'll say, what was your favorite experience when you went to that theater, I should say?
So, I went with I'm pretty sure I went with my best friend Oliver, Ray, and Ian. I know Ian was there because, they're all queer. They're all flavors of queer.
Okay.
And the thing about gay people is they have very eccentric fashion.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so Ray is very
talking about fashion. We're going to be talking about fashion towards the end of the episode.
Gotcha. So Ray is very edgy and glitter and kind of glam rockish, but punk. Ooh. He just got cowboy boots. Actually,
I love that.
He's very stylish. And then Oliver is cabin in the woods.
Okay.
And then Ian is cabin in the woods, but Ted Kaczynski style.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he looks like a mountain man. Okay. And I mean that in the best way possible. He looks kind of scary, but he's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart. So it was, and me, I was wearing all pink.
Okay. And
I was the only one wearing all pink.
You see everyone else not wearing pink, and then there's just you.
Ray had a little pink on, but so us walking into the theater was just really funny.
I do not doubt that one.
What about you?
I didn't really have much of a fun experience like you did. I went to see the movie twice. I went with one of my friends the first time. Both got pink PJs, and then.
Nice.
And then on the second time I watched it, I think it was within a week or so. It came out I would think it was a week from each other. I know that, and it was her birthday, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not doing anything for my birthday." I'm like, "I'm gonna do something for your birthday. I don't care. You're not gonna be alone. Let's go watch the Barbie movie." And she's like, "Are you sure you want to watch it again?" I'm like, "I enjoyed the movie. Why wouldn't I want to watch it again?" I died laughing the first time, so why wouldn't I want to die laughing again? So we went, and it was funny because I wore literally all pink. I had my Passenger Princess t-shirt that one of my online friends bought for me. With these pink PJ pants that you saw right when you walked in. So yeah. I'm also wearing a pink beanie right now for the show.
Funnily enough,
and a Hawaiian
with
t-shirt.
the Playboy logo.
Yeah, with the Playboy logo. Yeah, definitely.
Sex work is very complicated in feminism.
Oh, very.
Yeah, we're not gonna touch it here because it's not relevant to the movie.
No, not at all.
But I just think it's funny.
Very, but yeah, I would say the movie was really good. I really enjoyed it, but I would say my favorite character would have to be Alan, of course, because who doesn't like Michael Cera? Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
He gets a badass fight scene for no reason, just out of nowhere. Had fun with him for some reason.
He wasn't doing anything the entire movie, and then that just comes out.
It just comes out.
It was great.
And then Weird Barbie is very funny. I just find her jokes really hidden adult jokes in there.
Yes.
Just a lot of hidden adult jokes in there.
I'll be talking about Weird Barbie a lot.
Perfect. And then, of course, I hate to say this, but I have 3 favorite characters. CEO of Mattel, of course, Will Ferrell.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Ken.
No, honestly, I like to have favorite characters that not many people would like. Of course, a lot of people would like Alan, Ken, and Barbie, the top 3 characters.
Yeah, those are the top 3. There's not really, I guess there's not really too much else except, the CEO, Weird Barbie, and then, a few...
there's a lot of background characters.
That reappear.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, I like the CEO of Mattel because he's just playing as his old characters, aka the CEO of... in Lego Movie, he plays as the boss in there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and, what's another film?
I just know him from Elf.
And Elf...
That's not the CEO at all.
So, fun fact, I know I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but fun fact, you know that, when they're going from Barbie Land to the real world, Elf inspired that scene.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Because you know how when Buddy the Elf goes to New York City to see his dad? Well, that travel scene inspired Barbie to do that scene.
I can totally see that. I knew the film was, leaned into, a stage kind of aesthetic.
So, yeah, they actually did do the transition scene of Barbie on, an old theater set. They wanted, old theater style, so... Maybe think of something no bigger than a normal high school stage, and that's pretty much all they had to, shoot the film.
Really?
Yeah, because they wanted, that aesthetic, silly cartoonish style, and they actually did, the waves.
Yeah, it was it was practical effects,
Pretty
or at
much.
least it looked like it.
Yes. It was all, made,
And there was, the Barbie dog in Weird Barbie's house, and, that was just, that was a prop.
That was a discontinued Barbie item.
Yes.
So,
Why was it discontinued?
Because of all the kids, swallowing the pellets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would stink.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, literally no pun intended. So, who's your favorite character?
This is a cop-out, but it's Ken.
Lame.
Love Ken. I love his song, I'm Just Ken. It also inspired, and that song inspired one of my other favorite songs, I'm Just Pete from SNL.
Oh no.
I don't know what it is, but...
The recreation of that scene.
Yes! I don't know what it is. Like, yes, he can't sing, but it just, like, hits.
It's just catchy. That's more so.
It's catchy. It's not musical at all. I love it. I think it's hilarious. That was, like, the funniest SNL has been.
In a while.
In a while and since.
Yeah, because they've gotten so much bigger, they really can't do much anymore.
Yeah. But I really liked Ken because he's so supportive. He was so supportive, but then he goes back to being supportive.
Yeah.
But I really liked his character because I think his character really embodies how the patriarchy hurts men. Because when we think about the patriarchy, we think about it only hurting women or gender non-conforming people, but men get hurt by it too.
Yes, very.
Very consistently too.
It's a lose-lose situation type of thing.
It truly is. And an example of like the patriarchy not benefiting men would be the expectation to like not show emotions.
Mm-hmm. It just show the toxic side of masculinity pretty much.
Yes. There are healthy ways to be a man. It's just when anything can be taken too far, and that's what toxic masculinity is. Mm-hmm. Like I have too many guy friends who say like the last time they cried was when they were like 9 years old.
I can't say the same. I can't say the same.
And that's healthy.
Exactly.
You're healthy. You're normal.
I wouldn't say that, but I appreciate it.
No one's normal, but and in the Barbie movie, it hurts Ken because like he's being this person that he's not. He thinks he needs to be a certain kind of man
just
to make it in the world, and
also just get attention from
Barbie.
And
yes.
It's funny because once he lets that out, he's like, I just wanted a horse, and that's not what came out of this.
Yeah. I wish the patriarchy was just horses.
That'd be crazy.
Cowboys.
It's we don't talk about the toxic masculinity of cowboys.
But I love cowboys.
All right.
I just like leather jackets and boots.
True.
That's it.
What's your favorite scene from this movie?
Okay, I've been thinking about this since the start of the episode. I think my favorite is like that transition scene from
just all the different transition.
Yeah,
from all the characters.
Yes, the Barbie Land to real world transition. But another one that sticks out is when Weird Barbie is introduced, and she's like doing like flips and stuff.
Well, it's because
I loved that because it reminded me of how I played with my toys.
Exactly, that was literally the point.
Yeah,
it's because honestly, if I looked at the film in different perspectives than I did last two times, because I also, I got more knowledge from what the movie was supposed to be like. But the characters of Barbie Land is supposed to be acting like that child that they're being played with.
Yes.
So the way Ken's is acting is literally like a child is acting.
Oh, I did not consider like that being applied to the Kens.
Because if you think about it, when it explains in the film when Barbie was starting to think about all these different emotions, it's because of her owner feeling that same emotions. So if you bring it all together, they're all like that. And I saw some conspiracy theory of the CEO of Mattel either being an other form of Alan that escaped.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the evidence for it?
So the evidence, yes, I do remember. I'm surprised I'm able to remember this because I did all this research maybe 5-6 hours ago. So you know how during the chase scene in the building of Mattel, chasing after Barbie, right? Mm-hmm. And you know how this Will Ferrell was trying to climb over the wall, and he's like, "This is a shortcut," and he struggles to climb over the wall.
Oh.
So if you think about it, Alan also struggles and says the same thing, like this is a shortcut because he tries to climb the fence when they're all the Barbies are trying to brainwash the Barbies.
Yeah.
And Alan's like trying to climb the fence and trying to climb.
Yeah.
So that was some evidence right there.
That's like a direct call out.
It is. It really is. Another
Because I was gonna say, like, I thought that was just because he was wearing a business suit.
It's just funny because talking about the patriarchy and all of that, it's just funny because I personally thought of this, that women think very, like, many steps ahead. And and it's so true. Because when it came to the cars, like, they're like, oh, let's just do this. And Barbie just climbed over it. Like, why can't you just do the same thing? The guys are just thinking on one thing and one thing only.
Yeah. That's funny because I've been listening. Oh, this is terrible. But hear me out on this. This is going to sound terrible. You just
I'm going with
out.
it. I'm going with it.
I listened to one dating podcast.
Oh, boy.
I know it sounds bad, but I really like it. It's called You Up.
I think I might have heard of it.
I can't say the name of the company because it's a curse word, but like one vowel is replaced with a different one. But it's called You Up, like UUP. Okay. And I like it because it's these two millennials. One's a man, one's a woman. The woman's married. And they get emails from listeners and stuff, and consistently the male host is just like, I'm only thinking about I'm just thinking about what I want in that moment. Mm-hmm. And then the woman's like, I'm thinking about if I'm marrying this person.
Just completely forgetting what's going on, just focusing on himself.
Yeah, and it's very odd because I think it's not like a consistent issue, but like there's a big issue with like men only focusing on the now in dating, and then women only focusing on the future in dating.
I personally like to focus on the now because you never know when the world's gonna end. That's the way I look at it.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
I know, and I know that's really dark to say, but it's true. I know you really want to focus on the future, but I'm like, I'm just enjoying the moment, man. Like,
yeah, and here's the thing. I'm always thinking about the future.
Same here, and I hate it.
No. I'm different, though, and I'm about to tell you why. So,
I'm different.
If you couldn't tell by my last name, I'm Greek. So, I want a big, fat Greek wedding. I need that. I need it for
better have some
my
Greek
soul.
Yogurt there.
You think Greek yogurt is like what we have for dinner?
I just love Greek yogurt, man.
Greek yogurt is really good.
Greek yogurt is good. It has a weird smell, but it tastes so good.
You know what my family recently discovered?
What?
Indian yogurt. It's called dahi.
Okay.
My dad, who's Greek, he says it reminds him of the yogurt his mom used to make in Greece.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's how you can get, like, I don't know, more authentic tasting Greek yogurt. Anyways.
Just go shopping online on the authentic companies.
No. Go to your local ethnic store. Go to your local Indian store. Go to your local Arab store. There's so much good stuff. So many. Especially candy. But anyways.
Let's travel back to the topic.
Unplugging the community. So yeah, that's my problem. I'm thinking super far into the future.
Fair enough.
Always.
Fair enough.
Even like when I meet somebody, I'm like, is this gonna sound good when I say it at the wedding? Like, is this gonna be a fun story or like a bad story?
Is this gonna be awful what I say? Is it gonna impact me? Are they gonna interpret this way?
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's, yeah.
I would say, I know, I'm sorry, I'm cutting back, but my favorite scene, I have a few actually. My favorite scene is when Barbie first gets introduced to the founder of Barbie. It's just such a wholesome moment.
Oh, yeah!
It's right when she runs into the room, finding the founder, which is very wholesome. I thought it was really cool, and it's funny because the actor for the founder of Barbie is the mother of Matilda.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
It is really crazy, but it's such a wholesome scene. I don't know, I out of all scenes, that one's my favorite. It's just, it realizes you're actually watching a movie.
Yes.
About a bigger topic rather than, oh no, she's running away, this is the basic problem. It just thinks about the broader topic, what's going on inside.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that scene up, because I wasn't thinking about that one. That is a great scene, because that's, like, the only scene in the movie where there's, like, well, not the only, but it's the only, like, set scene that's not, like, outside that doesn't have pink.
Yes.
As a central focus.
I didn't think about that, but yes, you're right there.
Yes, because she's not in Barbie Land. She's just a lady.
Exactly. Another of mine is, of course, the fight scenes with all the Kens. Of course.
That one was really fun.
Of course. Who doesn't like that one? The final scene with Mattel about Barbie trying to make it oh, yes, okay. So another favorite, it's another wholesome one with the founder. It's right before Barbie decides to go, like, hey, this is where I want to be in the real world. I don't want to be Barbie anymore. I want to be a real person. I thought that scene was really cool. Like, it's the only one that's one solid color or a gradient of a color.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it's just like it feels like their own, like, space.
Yeah.
Like between times or transitions. I don't know what they would call it. I don't know if the creators have a name for that.
I think transition is a good word to describe that scene.
Fair enough. But I just thought that was a very wholesome scene.
That is a very wholesome scene.
It really is.
Because
it explains the story, like, hey, I named... Because it is true the founder did name Barbie after her daughter, which is Barbara.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was, like, a really interesting fact that they threw in this movie.
Very cute.
Very. Say, do you have anything else to add before we cut back to the soundtrack for 10 minutes?
I have another favorite scene, and that's the opening. When they are talking about, like, how girls only had baby dolls.
Yes.
And then now they get an adult doll. I loved that scene because I never thought of that.
I thought of that as so funny because they're just breaking the baby dolls.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
And, like,
you could see how excited these kids are to destroy these dolls. It's just so funny.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I can, like, I don't know, have more fun with the toys because adults have a lot more freedom. Women who are not mothers have more freedom than mothers.
It just allows also kids to explore more than parenthood.
Exactly. Oh my god,
and actually use their imagination rather than just, I'm taking care of this child.
Yeah, and there's a lot more imagination. Like, my godchild, Dorothy, I played dolls with her at a get-together once, and she was playing with, like, not, like, Barbies, but, like, old, like, dolls that are adults. Mm-hmm. And the drama was insane. There was cheating. There was a divorce.
It's funny, because if you watch how kids play, they literally reenact their personal lives. It's scary. It's so scary.
I'm not saying anything about anybody in the family, but that's just what he did. It was so funny.
It's crazy to hear how kids use their emotions with their personal lives.
Yeah, because kids have very little freedom and independence in every form.
And usually, it's funny because I'll just be hanging out with my niece and she's like, hey, because she plays with Barbies. And she's like, hey, do you want to play with Barbies? I'm like, I really don't care. Sure, let me join. And she'll just throw on, like, some other baby dolls out of nowhere. And she's like, her favorite game with Barbies, because that's what she has, is to play, like, waiter or waitress, like a restaurant style. That's what my niece likes to do.
Good. I'm glad that's what she likes to do and not, like, adultery.
It's so funny because sometimes she'll just be like, she's sleeping. Okay.
Moving her like weird Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. Anywho,
soundtrack.
Yes. This is going to be it for this segment. We're going to have the music play for about 10 minutes, and we'll be right back.
Are you putting on speed drive?
It will come up at eventually.
Good.
I promise.
Good.
So yeah, we're gonna start, of course, sadly on the sad note, but I'm just playing it in the order of this playlist, which is "What Was I Made For" by Billie Eilish, which is my favorite song out of the soundtrack. Even though I don't like Billie Eilish as an artist.
Me too.
I don't have any beef.
I don't have any beef either.
It's not my style. And
I tell you what,
all.
I do like that song on the soundtrack.
I do.
I don't listen to it often because it makes me cry.
It is really sad. Anywho, here is "What Was I Made For" by Billie Eilish. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Plexi Film Show. This is AJ, and this is WXUT 88.3, and we are back with Barbie. So yeah, we're going to be continuing on the world of Barbie. So...
What's your name again?
AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you sure?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
And I'm Ellë.
Yes. Sorry about that. That was a very dry opening. We're continuing on, and we're going to be starting with the Easter eggs that I have found in Barbie.
I did not notice too many Easter eggs. I can't name them off the top of my head.
Sorry, I cut you off. You mentioned the opening scene, and the opening scene is already starting with a really big Easter egg, which is that scene is inspired by the Space Odyssey opening. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it is very heavily inspired by that opening of Space Odyssey.
Gotcha. I probably have seen it. It's just like not clicking for me.
I don't know if you've seen it, but the Space Odyssey is just when a bunch of... It starts out like...
I know the general gist.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, that is one that I found. The outfit that, of course, Barbie's using is that same outfit as the very first Barbie wore.
Yes, I did know that. That one was cute.
It is very cute, and it was also very controversial for the time.
Yeah, because it was so, like, it cut off at, like... where her thigh like meets her torso, which was like,
I was like, oh my god, why are you showing your skin? Oh my god.
Skin. Wasn't it literally a bathing suit?
Yeah, it was just a bathing suit, and it's like the same thing as people freaking about bikinis. It's like, okay, if you don't like it, then don't wear it, or
exactly
don't buy it, or don't look
get
at
it. Don't look at it. Yeah,
it's not that hard. And then another Easter egg I was able to find was, you know, when it came to the decision making, it was like the same concept as the Matrix, the red pill and the blue pill. I just found that really funny.
That one was funny.
And, you know, of course, Weird Barbie was like, hey, you're supposed to choose this one, not this one. No, we're going to do this again.
Oh, I love Weird Barbie.
The actor is funny. I think the first time I saw that actor was when they remade the Ghostbusters movie. It's the all-female Ghostbusters. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, yeah? And I have not. But boy, do I remember the news cycle.
I know people didn't like it because they're like, oh my god, it's females. But I personally found that movie really, really funny.
Really?
Yeah. I would say the only thing I did not like about it was they, you know, of course it's Ghostbusters, and Bill Murray was really known as from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And he was thrown in the new Ghostbusters. Not the newest ones, like that new saga, because that goes back to the original saga, but there was just one, you know, like I said, with the females. But Bill Murray got thrown in the Ghostbusters with the females, and he just perpetrated as, like, the enemy, as in, I don't believe in ghosts, and you just try to, like, tear down the reputation, and I'm like, I don't like that. I really didn't like that, because, you know, Bill Murray, that's not Bill Murray.
Gotcha. I can't speak on it because I'm not a Ghostbuster fan, and I did not watch that movie.
Sad. It's good.
I'm too busy watching. I don't really watch much.
I say I haven't been watching much, but I've been pushing myself to watch more stuff again because, you know, I'm a film minor and it's part of my career, so I kind of have to watch media, and I need to break the habit of watching YouTube, because I personally like watching YouTube. It's just something short and sweet. Just I have a bunch of YouTubers that I watch.
Dude, YouTube and food time. I need that to not go crazy. I'm so real.
Exactly.
It's like my meditative state.
It is my meditation.
You see me in the dining hall with earbuds, looking at my phone and eating. Do not bother me.
It's funny because that is true for everything, and I hate to say this, but it's like some people don't understand when you have headphones or earbuds in while doing something. That means they're busy or they just want to block out stuff, and not many people understand that. Like, hey, they want to be independent, leave them alone.
Yeah, but like me personally, I just do it for music. I don't mind if people like talk to me while doing it. I'll just like, well, I guess if I'm in the middle of something, I'm thinking about when I'm walking across campus.
True, fair. I get that. Another Easter egg that I found was, of course, you know, it's very simple. Most of the Barbies in all the buildings were inspired from all the different types of Barbies and sets that were sold.
Like pregnant Barbie, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget the name.
I don't know, but everyone in the movie was like, "That's weird."
I want to look it up real quick. What was...
Someone, like, they said one of the Barbies was weird.
Midge.
Yeah,
that's the name of the pregnant Barbie.
Gotcha.
I was thinking, like, Bridge. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right.
Bridge?
I was like, Bridge. I was like, Bridget or Bridge. I'm like, nah, it doesn't sound right, so I had to look it up real quick. But yeah, the pregnant Barbie's name was Midge. It makes sense now because I can hear them saying it.
You were mostly right. I'll give that to you.
I was pretty close, I can tell you that much. I've already mentioned this. Will Ferrell plays always like the meta bad guy, as in, you know, in Barbie and Lego Movie. So those are like pretty much the same roles, just one's cartoon and one's real life.
Yeah, but like just still silly and goofy.
Exactly. And I've already mentioned this, the transition from Barbie Land to and Real World is inspired by Elf, from when Buddy was going from, you know, the South Pole to New York City.
Such a fun scene. North Pole, not South.
Yeah. Why did I think South Pole? I don't know. I mean...
Southern Santa Claus would go crazy.
That would be crazy. I mean, that is what Rise of the Guardians is. That's the South...
Really?
No. That would be funny, though. I mean, it would make sense because the Santa Claus in Rise of the Guardians is, like, the more...
Oh, like... Oh, with Jack Frost?
Yeah.
Dude, don't even get me... we're not going to go into that. I have too many stories about that. And this is your show. I can't... If you were on Tumblr when Rise of the Guardians came out, you know.
Oh, jeez.
I'm leaving it at
scared.
that. You should be.
It's like saying you should go on Reddit and looking at Rise of the Guardians. That's like horrible. Do not do that.
No, Tumblr at the time. You had to be there to understand.
Some fun facts, or one fun fact I was able to find, of course, we all know, and was reported multiple times because it was put out on the news, that Barbie used so much pink paint that there was a literal shortage. And I tried to find like specific numbers, but I couldn't find anything. Yeah, I only spent 30 minutes trying to find it, and it just kind of gave me the same thing. But I guarantee if I went a little bit further, I would have found like somewhat of a number out there. But it was, Barbie just used so much paint to the point where there was a pink shortage. I think they had a halt, like, I think set for a few months because they needed more paint.
Wow.
So
I knew there was a paint shortage. I did know about that story, but I imagine getting data on that would be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Especially like with like pink. Because pink can look a lot like red or purple. Mm-hmm. Then it's like when does something become a different color?
True, you're not wrong.
But then also like where are the numbers for like how many colors are being bought? What colors are in the highest demand? So
I found the amount of money was spent. Do you want to guess on how much was spent for the paint, though?
How much is like a thing of house paint? Like
just like a regular bucket?
Here. Yeah. How much is a thing of bucket? Yeah.
A bucket of paint, a 5-gallon, would have to be...
5 gallons?
So a 5-gallon bucket would... Or just an average gallon of paint, can range from, because you can go up to 5 gallons the most, $20 to $70.
20 to 70. Okay. Let's...
I mean, you're in the million. $150 million spent on painting.
150.
Yeah.
God, I'd hate to be the set designers.
I'd hate to be the one that paints.
That's what I mean. Oh my god.
I feel bad for the person that had to handle all that money just for the paint.
Oh my god, yeah, and like the garbage.
Oh my god. I guarantee they had to have a lot of dumpsters for that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, throwing out paint buckets, you know, the normal.
Hundreds. Thousands of paint buckets.
Just a few thousands.
But it was worth it, because it's such a pretty movie.
It did get a lot of awards for having a really nice set, because if you think about it, literally most of the houses and buildings you saw was built. Like,
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
Most of it was built, of course.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. So that was one little fun fact. Some of my favorite jokes, there was a lot thrown throughout the whole thing, but some of my favorite jokes was when you first get introduced to Ken, and they were talking about beaching each other off, and we all know what they're insinuating there.
Yeah.
We all.
I don't know why they put that in there.
I don't know why, but it worked. It just worked.
It was so funny.
It just worked, man.
Like, Ken is a bisexual king.
For real. I thought it was funny because, I don't even remember how it started. It was just right when he got up from. It was arguing about who goes in the water. He's like, I'll beat you off right now. No, yeah. I'll beat you off right now.
And just his job is beach.
My job beach. I don't care. My job is to stand right here and look pretty.
Yeah. Our job, radio.
Yes.
Radio.
That's our job.
Talk. Our job talk.
We talk. We talk now.
I also it's not really a joke, I guess, but I just love like what is the I forget Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Oh my gosh, and how we got the mixed language right there and
yes. I loved that, and like it was very the way he redecorated Barbie's house was so funny.
It was so funny. And then of course just I don't remember what brand of vehicle, but it was just like a truck that literally looked like a car. I think it was a Hummer truck, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think that was right. I don't know. I don't want to do research on that right now.
I don't know either.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite jokes. Another one I had was about it was about the comment that Weird Barbie had about a weird comment that she made about Ken, about saying that he's got a package under those jeans, and that she's like, never mind.
Wait, what?
You don't remember that?
No.
She was like saying some like comments, and one of them was like a nude package under Ken's jeans, and then she just kind of threw it out, and just like, never mind, we're gonna move on.
Like in reference to like going to the real world?
No, like it was during that scene, yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it was that conversation along with that, of course, but it was about the conversation how Barbie admits, she's like, I don't like Ken, and she just throws in this joke, and she's like, oh, Ken, she's got like a package under them jeans or something like that.
Hey, she's living up to her name.
Yeah, for real.
I respect that.
Do you have a favorite song from the soundtrack? I know you mentioned it.
Yes, I do. Speed Drive by Charlie XCX.
Of course. Honestly, I forgot about Charlie XCX until this movie came out, because it's been a while since her music was mainstream. And
that's true.
Platforms.
I was thinking about that earlier. Like her last hit, I think, was Vroom Vroom.
I think all I can think of when I hear Charlie XCX is Break the Rules.
That too. I think Vroom Vroom came out after, though.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
I know she's done some collabs from other songs, but I can't think of them right now.
Oh yeah, she's always on collaboration.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure she's super fun to hang out with, and that's why.
Oh yeah. So I know this is kind of my film brain talking, but this is so true into like how you shoot different perspectives.
Okay, the film brain rot is about to.
Yeah,
it's coming. Okay.
it's coming. So how Barbie was trying to find who's her owner, like who's the one that plays with me, and she thinks it's Gloria's daughter, but it's actually Gloria. But if you think about it, focused on the first time that it flashbacked, it focused on Sasha's perspective, and it just cut out Gloria altogether. Like, it was just mainly over the shoulder shots and then showed Sasha. And then once it clicked in Barbie's mind, like, oh, not Sasha, Gloria, oh, you're the one. And then it showed like the whole thing all in one. It just shows you the beauty of how much just one little shot difference can change in a whole story.
Gotcha.
That was just my brain because I'm a nerd. So yeah.
He's got that film nerd brain rot.
I really do. Anywho, it's about to be the halfway through, and do you have any more comments before we skip on to the soundtrack again?
No. I'm very excited to talk about Weird Barbie, though.
More Weird Barbie?
I'm gonna talk about Weird Barbie. I have a lot to say about her.
Okay. We can start with that. How does that sound?
Sounds great. We'll see you after the break.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Plexi Film Show. This is AJ, and we are with
Ellë.
And we are continuing on with talking about Barbie, and we're going to have Ellë here talk about
Weird Barbie. Okay. So we're just going straight into it.
We're just going to go straight into it.
I've been thinking about Weird Barbie ever since the second time I watched the Barbie movie. And it clicked to... Well, okay. It's very clear that Weird Barbie is a lesbian. Like, can we both agree on that?
I can agree.
Yeah. Like, she's very coded as lesbian.
I feel more bi, though, honestly.
She's getting lesbian to me.
To you?
Yeah, and I say that because she is exiled from Barbie world. She's like separate from like that neighborhood that they live in, and because of that, her life doesn't like involve Kens at all. It doesn't center her life around like men, essentially.
Fair, I can agree with that. I mean, same with Barbie. Like all the Barbies, they don't really care that much.
Yes, but like the men are still like there.
True.
And that goes into like the real world dynamic with lesbian women in the patriarchy, because their lives do not involve men as much.
Okay.
Like, for straight or bi women, men are involved in romantic and sexual endeavors.
True.
And that is a lot because that leads to a lot of things. It can lead to marriage, it leads to kids, it could lead to death, it could lead to abuse.
Can lead to a lot of drama.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we don't
all
like drama
relationships
here.
have drama, but
we don't talk about that.
all relationships have drama, but like male on female violence is the most common and
most
prevalent, and
yeah.
I'd argue most violent.
I can agree with that. I don't know if you've seen the movie enough.
I have not.
It's good. I think it has Jennifer Lopez in it.
I don't know actors.
So yeah, I just think you'll like it. It's pretty much a mother trying to get away from the husband, an abusive husband.
Ugh.
And then tries to get a divorce, and then like this. I'll have to admit, it is a very triggering movie, but it is really good. There is no that, thank goodness.
Okay.
But everything else is very triggering. Like there's stalking, there is. I hate to say this, physical abuse.
Okay.
In it, but like I said, she comes back and takes classes and defends herself. So it's a really good ending of a movie, though. I can agree.
I'll look into it. I'm kind of like all violenced out at the moment. I had to watch the craziest documentary for my women women's issues around the world class.
Okay.
It was horrifying. I'll tell you about that after the show, because I don't think I should mention anything of what happened in there. It was very, very bad. Trafficking. It was about trafficking.
Yikes.
Yeah, very bad. Nothing explicit, but like it was very not victim. Well, I mean, I don't mean to say like victim, but like it's centered around the victim's perspective and their story, and they were responsible, like telling their story and how they're recovering, how they're benefiting the community, because they're uplifting other survivors.
Okay.
Survivors is the word. Survivors is the word, not victims. But yeah, Weird Barbie, like, it's just so cool, like seeing like such a clearly lesbian coded character in a general audience movie.
Yes, I agree.
Because I remember watching movies and having like a character coded a certain way and like relating to that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, kids are gonna grow up and that's gonna be their relatable thing.
It's funny because you say that, and a lot of like older movies just throw in that stuff and they just hide it. They hide it really well, but it's very clearly in there, and it's. I just like to look at old movies and see that stuff thrown in there. Same with seeing kids movies with adult hidden jokes. It interests me. It shows you how creative some people can get with hiding that stuff in there and get away with it.
Yeah, those animators.
We don't know about that.
Those animators, you know, you're drawing all those frames by hand. You gotta have a little fun.
You're gonna have a little fun. We don't talk about Pixar. Pixar moms.
Yeah, the Pixar moms. That's insane. Especially that one, like short film.
Which one?
It's ridiculous. I'm sure somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. There's a short film with like a woman in it. You know.
Pixar has a lot of good shorts though.
They do. They really, really do. They always pop off on the shorts.
And you can never go wrong with Pixar though, as a movie too. Cars, because even though it's a Disney and Cars film, you can usually if it's a Disney and Pixar collab, it's gonna be a good movie because you know Pixar picks up Disney and just says, I'm gonna actually make a good movie. You cannot stand in my way. Like
yeah.
Pixar always just makes it look really clean too.
Oh, for sure.
Like it's just the graphics are so much more clean.
Yes, and there's a lot more creative
outlook to it.
Yes. Like every design coming out of Pixar is so unique and iconic.
Very.
Meanwhile, like I think Disney kind of struggles with that.
Yeah.
Like Anxiety from Inside Out 2.
That's insane.
What an amazing... That's a great design.
Very.
Great character design. And I found this out recently. That was the first draft.
Are you serious?
Yes, and
That's
I need to tell you, I wanted to be an animator for a very long time. I ended up switching to sociology. Let me tell you, that never happens. It goes through at least 24 rounds of redesigns and redesigns, input, and all that. But that first design was by a veteran animator who dealt with anxiety her whole life, and she whipped that out.
And decided, here you go.
Yeah, and they tried to improve upon the design. All they really ended up doing was like changing the color.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Just hearing anything in the film industry first time, that's just great to hear. We all want one shot and done. No, it doesn't work.
Rarely it works.
Yeah.
But there was just a genius that day.
I want to do this now. They just get away from me. I want to focus on this and I want to do it.
Step away, she's cooking.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I love Weird Barbie.
So you have anything else to expand on that?
No, other than it was nice to see a lesbian in like a very important lesbian character in such a feminist movie.
Yes.
For a general audience.
I agree with you on that. Anywho, I don't know what you would call this. I don't know if you'd call it a theory or a culture shock or what culture. I call it more of a culture/style theory because I got it from Matt Pat's style theory. This is where this is
Oh my
from.
God! No way!
So he talks about how, because this is going into fashion. So
yeah,
this is going into men's fashion, and because of course it's called the Ken effect. That's what he called it. Because if you think about over the years, men had a lot of wacky and crazy fashion, and we just had a dry fashion for a while. We would go back and then would go back to whatever classic graphic tee, but after this movie, even the actors started having more fashion and better flashy designs and looks to themselves. Because, going from a movie that is bright colors and all that, of course you're going to find things that work for you that you never realized before. And I feel like that is what also happened because, more people started wearing bright more colors right after the movie. Including, I have to admit that I started to I've always liked pink. I never really thought of it as bad. I just never really thought how pink would look on me. I was always afraid to try it, and when the movie came out, it was what, I want to try it. I want to dress up for this movie, and I started to like pink as a clothing color, which I never thought I would say I would love to wear more pink, but
pink is a good color.
It
pink
is.
It's my favorite color.
Pink is a good color, but examples of people doing Kencore, Harry Styles. Jaden Smith, and
he's been doing Ken.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes not for the better though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Jaden Smith and Jimin. So yeah, those are some examples of Kencore and celebrities that have been doing it for a while before and or after. But yeah, that is Kencore.
And there was also this was talked about. I'm sure this was talked about, but it's something that I personally noticed. I know I'm not the first person to notice this though. I'm a lot of the audience, male audience watching the Barbie movie. Their first foray into color would be a Kenough shirt.
Yeah.
That's pink and it has Kenough on it. And it'd be that either because they liked the movie or they're signaling to dates that they're a feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I watched the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really good. And then I kept hearing rumors out there they'd be like, oh my god, if you're a man, you probably won't like this. I'm like, I like this movie. What do you mean men wouldn't like this movie? I love this movie. It's a good movie. I never understood that statement, but I was like, you know what? I'm ignore the haters and enjoy and appreciate my enjoyment.
I understand where that sentiment comes from because Barbie does not reciprocate Ken's feelings, and we've been so conditioned as a society to accept men's emotions over your own emotions. That's seen in dating. Sometimes women are scared to break up because they're scared of violence or retaliation, stuff like that.
Fair enough. This is related to the Barbie doll itself, but not related to the movie. I don't know if you know, former CEO Susan Wojcicki recently passed away, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she stepped down because she had cancer, I think. Oh, let me look up to make sure.
We are fact-checking.
I don't know how to say her last name, but it's Wojcicki. She died from lung cancer, but
Gotcha.
She recently passed away. That's why I wanted to mention this, because I found this through Matt Pat, and because if you do not know, Susan was a really big help for content creators. She's the reason why YouTubers are getting paid. Like,
Oh, you mean the YouTube CEO?
yeah, like former. She
I thought you
used to be
meant,
CEO of YouTube. Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were talking about Mattel.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
No,
But,
I remember. Yeah, I remember Susan.
Yeah, but she recently passed away. Rest in peace. We love her because she made some great choices because she's the reason why content creators are getting paid in a little bit more than what they did when they first started.
Yes.
She has her own Barbie.
Really?
Her and a few, I think, her siblings or a few of her family members also has their own Barbie. It's through a collection. It was like International Women's Day. It was part of a STEM collection,
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was really cool. I found that through MatPat as well. So.
What are her siblings jobs? Like, what do they
Oh,
do?
I can't remember.
Why did they get?
So one was, but they're part of this, this whole STEM related thing.
Gotcha. Okay, it was just
Yeah.
one
was medical and one was
like Susan was business.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was like around the STEM idea.
Gotcha.
Which I thought was really cool that she had her own Barbie and, she recently passed away. And I was like, you know what? This is a fun little sweet
It is a
fact.
fun little sweet. I think everybody should have a doll of themselves. Actually, that's voodoo.
Yeah, just sew your own voodoo doll at that point.
Get a lock of your hair, put it in a doll, see what happens.
Yeah, just see what happens. Have someone put a curse on it and then you'll be fine.
Wait, I just want to go on a little bit of a tangent.
Go ahead.
There's a Netflix series coming out about my hometown, Dayton. Apparently the second biggest vampire coven is in Dayton. I've lived there my entire life. I've never heard of this before. The most populous vampire coven is in New Orleans, of course. And then apparently it's in Dayton.
Yeah, Netflix will not air documentary Missing Ohio that blah blah blah. According to the Times, reported the documentary Vampires in Gem City was to expose Dayton as a second largest vampire coven.
You said they aren't?
I think it might have gotten canceled.
No! No!
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
No! Why? No, that's such a shame. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Triple check for me, please.
The first one is WTRF. The second one is Boy Genius Report, which is Netflix decided not to release a documentary about Ohio.
Oh my! They decided not to release it. That means it's already done.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
On Dayton Daily News, this is according to Daily. Netflix holds off on Dayton, so it might be canceled. Usually, when someone says hold off, they're probably not going to release it.
No, Halloween is coming up.
Maybe they're just waiting for Halloween.
They're waiting. I'm saying they're waiting for Halloween.
I can see that.
We need this movie.
We need it to happen.
We need this movie to happen. Oh, please. Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
But that is a fun fact. I did not know that. You know why the actual song Barbie Girl was not in Aqua? Or by Aqua was not in Barbie?
I don't actually.
So the reason is because when Aqua first released that song, it was very controversial because the actual song was about plastic surgery, which is not what the idea of Barbie was about, because Barbie's...
Are you serious?
Yes, and they got mad because, they got paid for it, and, that they're not the same thing, so there was a lawsuit, and then, of course, Mattel lost, and, there's just beef with them, so...
Gotcha.
But if you think about it, there was a sample still from that song in the movie.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's with Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, that song.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm like, how is the sample still in it? And
it's transformative.
Still, it's still in it though. It's still in there.
It's a sample. It's a sample.
I guess, I don't know.
But that is, I did not know that song was about plastic surgery. I was in the golden age of YouTube, YouTube poop.
Oh my god, we don't talk about that.
So
I
that
wonder
song
if
was
there's YouTube
everywhere.
poop about Barbie.
What?
I wonder if someone's made a YouTube poop about Barbie yet.
I'm sure. But that song was everywhere.
I remember that when that song came out, I just remember watching the music video a million times at least.
I don't remember the music video.
I do. I do, sadly.
I'll look that up later.
you like, let's just say Ken's bald in it and he looks like a pit bull.
Yeah, I can see that. He
Yeah.
sounds like he would look like that.
Oh, for sure. All right. One last thing before we go on our break and then finish up. I've already mentioned it, but like I said, Will Ferrell is just like, could be a theory of Alan, like I mentioned before, because the evidence would be him trying to climb through the desks and stuff at the Mattel offices, trying to capture Barbie. And another evidence would be Alan actually struggling with that, so they kind of have the same struggles.
Yeah.
I've already stated that before. I don't think I need to go through it again, but
Well, you never know who might be listening and just tuning in.
Exactly.
We're not NPR. We're not playing the same story over and over again.
True.
You do whatever you want. It's your show.
That is fair, but do you have anything to add before we go on our break and finish up?
No, other than let's all manifest that the vampire Dayton series comes out. Let's all manifest that.
I just feel like it's going to come out around Halloween. That's the only thing I can believe.
Please.
All right.
Please.
All right, this is WXUT, AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and this is Barbie's soundtrack. So yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Plexi Film Show. This is AJ on WXUT 88.3, and today I'm continuing Barbie here with
Ellë.
And we are ending the show with the last 10 minutes or so with the last question. I usually like to end the show with a question related to the film. So yeah. The question I have is, what is your favorite Barbie? And it cannot be the character you like. It can just
not Weird Barbie.
Not Weird Barbie, and I cannot choose Alan. What is your favorite Barbie? Like, actual Barbie product.
Oh, like real, like toy?
Yeah, toy.
I didn't play with Barbies.
Is there any?
Dude, I was playing with Pokemon action figures.
I was about to say, is there any Barbies that you saw in the movie that was an action figure that you liked? Because I found one and I didn't know it was one, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I like the dog, and I think the gay nightclub Ken was funny.
Fair enough. I
got that reference.
I think my favorite one would be the Barbie with the TV screen on the back and it has a camera in the front.
Oh yeah!
That one was my favorite. That one's
cool. I forgot about that one.
So that one, a little fun fact about that one. I didn't write it down, but a little fun fact because I learned about it. It was recalled because it was suspicion for whatever could be recorded on that thing. Just whatever. It was like, why would we give, like, I don't know how old a child a camera?
Yeah.
And it could also, adults could use it for other things, and it just wouldn't end well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And now we give kids cameras and more.
Yeah, we give them phones at the age of 3 now, I guess.
And internet connection.
We don't talk about the YouTube searches on the kids. Cocomelon, you don't talk about that.
Oh, dude.
I want to slam people's heads when they see that stuff.
Me too. I'm trying to help my my godparents' daughters with like I'm trying to tell them how bad unsupervised internet access is for their age, and they're just not listening to me because their kids are so unruly. They need it. Mm-hmm. So then they can get a little break.
And anymore with adults, they just do whatever to make the kid stop crying or stop screaming, just to stop. I'm like, you need to not do that.
Yeah, it's complicated.
It is.
They both work.
It works to a degree, but you're also hurting the kid's develop system.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I was damaged by unsupervised internet access for sure. I was minimally damaged though.
I was damaged because I knew more. I learned by myself. I made a school email, or I made my personal email before I was even in school.
What?
Yeah. I made my own Gmail before the school did.
That's crazy.
Yeah. because I just went on the computer and I played games, and one day I was like, I want to start doing more things and having more,
have an account.
Have an account for stuff, and, I just figured out one day, and I was like, oh my god! And I still use that email to this day.
Nice.
And it's funny because when Google was going through the huge recent updates, like within the past 10 years or so, it affected my account a little bit because it was such an old Gmail.
Really?
I had to pretty much re-register just using the same thing. I just had to update it. Just think of a mobile app having to update it. That's pretty much all I had to do with the email.
Okay.
It was just making sure it's still used and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
It was really weird because I was I saw a message. I don't remember what exactly what it was saying, but it was pretty much saying it was going to be gone, deleted pretty much, and I was like, what do I do now?
That would suck.
I was freaking out for a little while, and then I figured out, it's just Google updating everything.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it was the transition from Google's old logo, all of Google's apps' old logo to what they are now. That big switch.
Oh, gotcha.
Everything was updating.
Yeah.
It hurt my Gmail hardcore, so I had to figure
Has your Gmail recovered?
Oh, yeah. It recovered.
I'm so happy for her. She's so strong.
My Gmail recovered within a month. It was fine.
That's impressive. Fine. I'm glad she bounced back so quick.
She's alive!
She's a survivor. Yeah. Gay nightclub Ken is my favorite.
Yeah. I can agree. There was a lot of hidden Barbies in the movie.
Yeah.
That I just keep finding more and more about, which is insane.
Where's our fun? Where's our funny?
Yes. We have about
4 minutes.
4 minutes. I was gonna end here soon, in a minute. So
yeah, we should do an outro. So I'm Ellë. I have
do all your call outs for whatever you want.
I'm doing all my call outs. I have a show called Your Sister's iPod, Saturdays, 8 to 10 p.m. And I play 2000s and 2010s indie music. So please listen. And you can follow me on Instagram at Ellë with 2 dots. That's ELLE with 2 dots, all spelled out.
Alright. Do you want me to put those in the description and the title for you?
Yes, well, not title.
Well,
description.
with Ellë. That's what I'm just gonna do.
Yeah.
With Ellë.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, this is the Plexi Film Show. I'm going to be finishing off the show with the last 3 minutes of music. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. I'll be continuing the show, hopefully a lot more consistently this semester. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great summer, and welcome back to the show. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, and hope you guys have a great night. See you guys on Sundays from 10 p.m. to midnight. Love you guys so much, and talk to you guys later.